Would you stay silent? Or let revenge speak for you? Welcome to the stories on Shattered Vengeance. Step into a world where love turns dangerous, revenge feels inevitable, and every story drags you deeper into the shadows of desire, betrayal, and the human heart. Let's begin today's story. I was at work when my phone buzzed with a Zillow alert. My townhouse, the one I'd bought 3 years ago with my own down payment, my own mortgage, my own name on the deed, was listed for sale. Price, $340,000. Status, active. Sellers, joint family ownership. I stared at the screen. The photos showed my living room, my kitchen, my bedroom. Someone had staged it beautifully. Fresh flowers on the counter. Throw pillows I'd never seen. The description read, charming 3-bedroom townhouse in desirable neighborhood. Motivated sellers ready to close quickly. My hands went cold. Called my parents. Dad answered on the second ring, voice bright. Oh good, you saw the listing. Your mom and I were going to tell you tonight. We've already had 2 showing requests. Tell me what? About selling the townhouse. It's time, don't you think? The market's hot. We can split the proceeds 3 ways, fair and square. Dad, that's my house. My name is on the deed. Mine alone. Well, technically yes, but we helped with the down payment advice, remember? And your mother picked out that light fixture in the dining room. It's a family asset, really. We're all invested. They'd given me a $200 Target gift card 3 years ago. For housewarming. The light fixture cost $89. You can't sell my house. We already listed it. Mike Patterson's handling everything. Great guy, very professional. First open house is Sunday. I hung up. For 3 years I'd paid every mortgage payment. Every property tax bill. Every iggy. I'd fixed the leaky faucet, replaced the water heater, painted the spare bedroom twice. My parents had visited exactly once. Stayed 20 minutes, complained about the neighborhood noise. Now they were selling it. I pulled up the MLS listing. There it was. Formal documentation claiming joint ownership. A fabricated deed showing all 3 names. Notary stamp that looked almost real. My father's careful forgery of my signature. I didn't call them back. I didn't drive to their house. I didn't scream. I opened my laptop and navigated to the multiple listing service compliance portal. Filed a formal complaint. Attached my actual deed, sole ownership recorded with the county 3 years ago. Attached my mortgage documents showing me as the only borrower. Attached 3 years of payment history. Then I called my real estate attorney. The open house happened anyway. My neighbor texted me photos. 15 people toured my home while I sat in my office downtown watching my phone. My parents stood in my living room, shaking hands, discussing closing timelines. My mother served cookies she'd baked in my kitchen. Mike Patterson, their listing agent, handed out glossy brochures. Professional photos. Detailed floor plans. A paragraph about motivated family sellers looking for a quick, clean transaction. I waited. The MLS compliance investigation took 4 days. I got the call Tuesday morning. The investigator's voice was carefully neutral. Ms. Chin, we've completed our review of listing number 77433829. The property records are quite clear. You are the sole owner. The documents submitted by the listing agent show signatures that don't match county records. We're escalating this to our ethics committee and the state real estate commission. What happens to the listing? Removed immediately. The agent will be notified. And Ms. Chin? You should probably contact law enforcement. This goes beyond a listing violation. The listing disappeared within an hour. Mike Patterson called my parents at 2:47 p.m. I know because my father called me at 2:51 p.m. voice tight. There's been some kind of mistake with the MLS system. Mike says the listing was flagged. Something about documentation. There's no mistake. What did you do? I submitted proof that I own my house. Just me. Not you. Not mom. Me. Silence. Then, you filed a complaint against us? Against Mike? He's been our friend for 15 years. He listed my property without my authorization using forged documents. That's fraud. It's a family matter. You're making this into some kind of legal thing when it's just a misunderstanding about. You forged my signature on a fake deed. You scheduled showings in my home without my permission. You collected prospective buyers' information intending to sell property you don't own. What part of that is a misunderstanding? He hung up. The brokerage firm called me Wednesday morning. Regional manager. Voice professional, carefully apologetic. Miss Chen, I want to assure you we're taking this matter very seriously. Mike Patterson has been placed on administrative suspension pending investigation. We had no idea the ownership documentation was fraudulent. He's been with us for 12 years, never had a complaint. What happens now? We've reported this to the State Real Estate Commission. There will be a formal hearing. His license is at risk. And I need to ask, do you intend to pursue legal action against the brokerage? I thought about it. Mike Patterson had taken my parents at their word. Accepted their fabricated documents. Scheduled showings. Took listing photos. Printed brochures. Never once verified actual ownership. I want him to lose his license, I said. And I want a formal apology from your firm acknowledging you listed my property without authorization. You'll have both. My parents sent my sister to talk to me. She showed up at my townhouse Thursday evening, apologetic smile already in place. Look, I think everyone overreacted. Mom and Dad were just trying to help you move up in the world. Get some equity out, maybe buy something bigger. They don't own this house. But your family. What's yours is theirs, what's theirs is yours. That's how family works. No. That's how theft works. She sighed. Mike Patterson might lose his real estate license over this. His whole career. Because you couldn't just talk to Mom and Dad privately instead of getting lawyers and government agencies involved. I pulled up my laptop. Showed her the fabricated deed with my forged signature. They created fake legal documents. They committed fraud. Mike Patterson participated in that fraud. These are the consequences. They're your parents. And this is my house. She left. The State Real Estate Commission moved faster than I expected. Formal hearing scheduled for 3 weeks out. Mike Patterson's license suspended immediately pending investigation. The brokerage sent a certified letter apologizing for any inconvenience or distress caused by the unauthorized listing of your property. My parents hired a lawyer. He sent a letter claiming good faith misunderstanding and family miscommunication. Suggested mediation. Proposed my parents could pay me $5,000 to settle any hard feelings. My attorney responded with a demand letter. Return of all keys to my property. Formal written admission they have no ownership stake. Reimbursement for my legal fees. And a cease and desist prohibiting them from making any future claims about my property. They didn't respond for a week. Then my mother called. Voice small. The commission hearing is next Tuesday. Mike's lawyer says he could lose everything. His license, his career, his income. He has a wife and 2 kids. He should have verified ownership before listing my house. We told him we were co-owners. He believed us. You gave him forged documents. That's not believing you. That's participating in fraud. You're really going to let this destroy his life? I'm really going to let his choices destroy his life. I didn't forge anything. I didn't list property I don't own. I didn't schedule showings in someone else's home. He did that. Silence. Then, when did you become so cold? I thought about the 3 years I'd lived in this townhouse. Every mortgage payment made on time. Every repair handled myself. Every property tax bill paid without help. The pride I'd felt buying my first home at 28. The accomplishment. And my parents had tried to sell it. Listed it like it was theirs. Counted the profits before closing. Divided up money from my equity, my payments, my investment. I became cold, I said, when you forged my signature and tried to sell my house. She hung up. The hearing happened on a Tuesday. I didn't attend. My attorney represented me with the documentation. The MLS compliance investigator testified. The county recorder confirmed my sole ownership. Mike Patterson's defense was that he'd relied on clients' representations and documentation that appeared legitimate. The commission wasn't sympathetic. Real estate agents have a professional duty to verify ownership, to check county records, to ensure listings are authorized. Mike Patterson had done none of that. License revoked. Effective immediately. His brokerage terminated him the same day. I heard through my attorney that he was considering a lawsuit against my parents for providing fraudulent documents that destroyed his career. I hope he files it. My parents sent one final text. From my father's phone, hope you're happy. You've destroyed a good man's livelihood and torn this family apart over a house. Was it worth it? I didn't respond. Instead, I changed my locks. All of them. Installed a security system with cameras. Updated my emergency contacts to remove my parents' names. The townhouse is still mine. Worth about $340,000 according to that Zillow listing, though I'm not selling. Not for a long time. Maybe never. I refinanced last month. Got a better rate. The closing attorney asked routine questions about ownership, prior claims, any disputes. I explained the situation briefly. He nodded, made notes, processed everything smoothly. Clean title, he said. No issues. You're the sole owner, always have been. I signed the new mortgage papers. My signature. My house. My name. Last week I got a letter from Mike Patterson's attorney. He's suing my parents for $340,000. The full listing price. Claims their fraud caused irreparable professional harm, loss of income and destruction of a 12-year real estate career. I filed it carefully in my home office. In the folder labeled Evidence. Because here's what I learned. Family doesn't mean access to your assets. Love doesn't mean surrendering your boundaries. And when someone tries to steal your house, you don't owe them forgiveness. You owe them consequences. My parents wanted to sell my townhouse and split the proceeds 3 ways. Instead, they're being sued for $340,000. They've lost a family relationship and they're paying legal fees they can't afford. Mike Patterson wanted a quick commission on a $340,000 listing. Instead, he lost his real estate license, his career, and his income. I wanted to keep my house. The one I bought. The one I pay for. The one with my name, only my name on the deed. And I still have it. The lockbox is gone from my front door. The staging furniture has been removed. My throw pillows are back on the couch. My photos are back on the walls. Sunday mornings I sit on my back patio with coffee. My patio. My coffee. My peace. I don't answer calls from my parents' number. I don't respond to my sister's texts about family healing. I don't feel guilty. Because this isn't coldness. This is clarity. They tried to sell what wasn't theirs. I protected what was mine. And now I'm living in the house they thought they could take. Some people call that revenge. I call it ownership.